This is the first time in Gen Race since the very beginning that you are ahead of me.
Don't get used to it. Team Pineapple always finds a way.
Before you were catching up, but this time you actually have a lead on me. You have a badge lead on me right now.
Frank, I'm in Victory Road. We all know how I do in a hoe in Victory Road. I'm so happy that this is the last episode of our recording session and we only have like 5 minutes left because I can learn how to get through Victory Road in between episodes. I know the comments are like, oh no, oh no, oh no,
oh no. the lead, he's gonna lose it.
He was finally in the lead and oh no, another Victory Road is happening, oh no.
Hey guys, woo! Welcome back to Gen Race. Spin it on back, baby. What's up, guys? I hope you guys are all having the greatest day. If you guys missed the previous episode, we had a lot of fun interacting with your comments. And today, since it's the same recording session, we're actually going to be continuing to responding to some of your comments as well, talking about hot takes in the Pokemon franchise. So
hell yeah. So if you guys want to leave some more opinions and fun stuff like that in the comments, we'll definitely be responding to them in the future episodes because I'm freaking loving responding to a lot of your guys' opinions on stuff. Jesus Christ, I was not ready, Franklin.
I'm sorry.
What should be the comment prompt in today's episode? What should we have the people leave their opinions on?
Oh God, I wasn't ready for this. Comment YouTube hot takes.
Like the platform or YouTubers themselves or what?
Any of it. It's like you could talk about the platform, you could talk about YouTubers, the type of content they make, what you dislike, what you like. I mean, that's good information for us to know, you know?
Yeah.
Let us know.
Honestly. And if you guys want to apply it to our content specifically, if you're just like, yeah, Gen Race is still too jarring 59 episodes in, we'll be like, oh God, we don't know how to fix that anymore. So
we're just like, okay, I don't know what to do. Anyways,
thanks,
I have a great comment to start us off. I'll just keep timestamping the comments if you want, because
I'll do that for my episode and have the screenshots pop up just like yours in the last episode, and the next episode will be on your channel on Monday, by the way.
Hell yeah, baby! So the first one, I think is honestly a great start here. Really really involves the Pokemon hot takes we've been talking about here on the channel. My man Michael starts us off by giving a timestamp. He says 8:09. He says the Declaration of Independence wasn't even that long. And honestly, I have to disagree. The Declaration of Independence is a very big document. Like, there's a lot of information there. And honestly, I think for the next Pokemon games, they should probably shorten it down. To be honest with you guys.
No, like 1000%. Okay, to be fair, this is coming from the perspective of a dude who's never even read the Declaration of Independence, but I think that would make for a really fun live stream. Hey, Frank, do you want to do that with me?
Us reading the Declaration of Independence? Dude, honestly, that'd be hype as shit. That'd be hype. I'm so down. So down.
Okay, we'll figure out a date. We'll announce it. Screw it. We'll straight up read the Declaration for a whole stream.
Wait. Before we forget, speaking of announcements, this weekend, October 3rd, Saturday, we're going to be doing our Gold and Silver Pokedex Versus. So definitely go ahead.
11 a.m. Eastern, Frank's channel. Make sure you're subscribed so you can definitely watch us suffer through the Johto region all day because we have to catch every Pokemon in order and race through it. It's going to be a fun stream, so I hope you guys can make it.
By the way, I didn't know it was 11 a.m.
Okay, so hear me out. I just thought of that on the spot right now, but I'm like, you know what? Your stream schedule's been at 11 a.m. anyways, so I feel like it works,
that works.
Right?
No, that works. Yeah, we'll do 11 a.m. It'll be perfect.
Dope. So we hope to see you at the live stream. It's going to be a lot of fun. But anyways, hit me with some more hot takes, Frank. Let's go.
All right, another hot take. Let's see. Oh, this is... Woo! Yo, okay, Michael... Actually, no. Okay, hang on. I'm going to go in order here like I was doing last time. Gamer 8th, right, my man? He says, hot take, Charizard is kind of overrated. I'll be honest... I get he gets a lot of attention because he does.
Yeah.
And maybe it's too much attention. But I don't think he's overrated. I think, especially considering it was a lot of people's first Pokemon, I think the popularity is warranted.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree on that. Now, this is coming from the perspective of someone who didn't grow up with a Charizard for their first Pokemon. You know, my first Pokemon games that were my own was Pokemon Diamond. So straight up, like, I don't have that kind of nostalgic attachment to Charizard besides maybe like anime episodes and stuff like that. But even when I did play Fire Red Leaf Green when I was a little kid for the first time, I chose Squirtle. So I have a lot more like emotional attachment to him even than Charizard specifically. So yeah, I'll have to agree and disagree in a weird way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's like, I get what you're saying. I think from the outside, if Charizard wasn't your favorite or wasn't your first Pokemon, and I can understand
and
why.
And then you see Game Freak, giving it so much love and attention, and this dude got 2 Mega Evolutions. This dude got a Dynamax form. It's like, I mean, Game Freak loves Kanto. Can we bring up our own hot take real quick rather than go into the comments?
What, the fact that Game Freak loves Kanto?
Game Freak loves Kanto. And I don't have a problem with them hyping up their roots or anything like that, because Mario does it all the time too. There's a lot of NES Mario references in Odyssey, right? But at least give the other gens some attention, man. Kanto really gets a lot of love, and it's just so one-sided in comparison to a lot of other gens,
Yeah. I think the reason why Kanto gets so much love though is because it sells. You know what I mean? Everybody knows Kanto. Everybody knows Kanto. So it's I don't know. I wish they would pass it on. I think
that's actually still to this day, 20 plus years later, the most popular Pokemon generation. Because wasn't in the 90s the Pokemon boom or whatever, when Red and Blue first dropped? Wasn't that massive at the time? And Pokemon games still haven't had as many sales numbers since then. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think Red and Blue is in the top 10 most sold video games of all time. Not even Pokemon games.
No, yeah. Red and Blue sold ridiculously well. I mean, that was the height of the popularity. So,
and you could look at Pokemon Go as another example, because that, I think, to my knowledge as well, is the only other Pokemon game that's had numbers comparable to Red and Blue. And guess what? Kanto was the only representation in that game when it was popular,
Yeah. No, it's just I think at this point too, the more they reuse the Kanto stuff, the more recognizable it becomes. So not only is it really nostalgic and recognizable for the original crowd, but it's also super identifiable for anybody who's even new to the series because they keep bringing it back up,
Yeah, definitely. And to be fair, this can be said about anything, not even gaming, straight up anything. People hype up their first thing or their roots or whatever, you'll see so many people telling stories when they get married about, oh, this is how I met my significant other when we were, in high school or whatever. They'll tell that story about where they came from. You'll hear me and Frank refer back to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon co-op pretty dang often because that was our first Pokemon project. That's just kind of the nature of humans in general. So I can even understand that too. Wow. I'm backpedaling on my own hot take as I explain myself.
Yeah, it's you think about it for more than 2 seconds, you're like, oh.
I guess it makes sense, honestly.
I think the biggest thing is I understand why Kanto is so, and Charizard as an extension is so out there, but as a hardcore Pokemon fan, I wish they spread it out a little more, kind of like the peanut butter on a good slice of toast,
Exactly. Yes. Thank you. I was waiting for you to make the peanut butter analogy. I was like, bro,
anytime.
That is the only way to describe the Kanto region. I think this is also coming from the perspective of me and you who didn't grow up on Kanto. Because, we grew up on newer games. Someone like Vinny was so damn ecstatic when Let's Go dropped, loved the hell out of those games, whereas me and you were bored and didn't make it past Surge. Bro.
Yeah, we were just kind of this sucks.
We were just, okay, that's a ton of other, reasons on top of that, though, because I was bored because I was player 2. And when you're player 2 in Let's Go, literally all that you do is just sit back and go,
it's so lame. It's so
lame. Is nothing.
It's
meant to be the little brother role, which I actually think the game should have a little brother role. I'm a little brother, so I grew up with that role, and I am happy that I got to be included in games with my older brother growing up. But oh God, when I'm 20 years old, I don't want to do that, and let's go.
Yeah. It's good. It's good for kids. Once again, goes back to the hot take we were talking about in the last episode. It's Pokemon is, strictly speaking, they target it for kids. They do.
Yeah. They do, man.
So it's the adult audience kind of gets shafted in some ways,
Yeah, they actually do. Speaking of getting shafted, I just keep getting shafted in this puzzle, bro.
Listen, man, you take your time with that, my guy. You take all the time you'd like, dude.
Dude, you're going to be grinding for the next 7 episodes, so I got all the time in the world to figure out how to get past this wipeout of a freaking puzzle. So, all right, next hot take. Let's go.
Okay, yeah. Wait, before we bring it up though, I'll be honest with you. I don't think I'm going to be grinding for more than maybe 2 episodes, honestly.
For real. How fast are things going for you on your end?
Well, I mean, they're not going very fast, but like now that I have a Mewtwo, like I'm kind of chilling. Also, can you let me know, just like as a friend, like what the levels are in that gym?
I will let you know, because I need to first figure that out myself. I have not even gone to the gym leader yet, because I can't figure out how to walk past this ice puzzle. I know there's going to be comments being like, oh, it's so aggravating. It's so jarring watching Ryan not be able to figure out the puzzle. I don't care anymore. I just don't.
Listen, bro. We got hot takes to discuss. So the other thing, shout out to Michael Myth, by the way, next hot take. This is going to be a hefty boy. Ready? All right, hang on. Let me get into a battle first before I read it, because honestly, it's that hefty. Okay. So he said, the show has started ruining Ash. Somehow, even when he gets character development in one gen, he is a stupid mother fricker. Again, by the next. They can't even remember how old he is anymore. Second hot take, Ash is 11. Dubbed anime is very physical. They can be good, but even some of the better animes can get screwed over by voicing. Oh, he was talking about, because we were talking about dubbed anime in that episode.
Okay. First of all, my member alert actually just went off, so I heard absolutely nothing that you just said. Nice. So just start giving your opinions on, and then I'll probably figure it out.
The basis of his Pokemon hot take is he's saying that Ash is ruined, basically because he doesn't get any character development. And they don't know they don't make him grow as a character throughout the series. It's always just like he's very episodic. I honestly,
I agree.
I mean, I think this is gonna come back to the thing we've been saying for the past 2 episodes, but I think it's just like, the anime alongside the games. I mean, I think it's just a kid
targeting
show thing.
kids. Yeah, and that's the point. They want to have a kid be the main character, so then elementary school kids can relate to the 10-year-old going on their journey. It all comes back to the same thing. Now, there's the argument to be made that, he's not growing up there, and he's not having a lot of character development, and it makes it easy to fall out of the anime when you grow up yourself. But think about the 4th graders who still love watching Pokemon every Saturday morning,
I think too is it's kind of comparable to SpongeBob. SpongeBob doesn't age,
Well, he's a sponge.
Yeah, well, sponges can, but you know what I mean. You don't see him having any sort of character development. It's always episodic stuff, and I think the reason why they do that is not just because it's a kid show thing, but also because they know, especially with it being on a TV network, they're not gonna kids aren't gonna watch a
show front to back like a Netflix series or something. No,
But actually, though, something interesting is that Pokemon is on Netflix now. The new season is on Netflix, and I'll have you know right now, it is probably the best, at least one of my favorite seasons of Pokemon right now, and it's simply because of the fact that they are giving Ash that sort of character development. They're kind of making him, it seems like he's growing throughout that particular series, and also on top of that, the episodes do carry into each other, which the other series didn't do as much.
That's cool. I can't say that I've seen anything from the Gen 8 anime, unfortunately, because I've actually only heard good things about it. But if it is checking out the way that you say it is, and I take your word for it, you're actually watching it, then I think Game Freak, or they don't do the anime, but whoever is writing the anime has actually acknowledged and analyzed what people are unhappy with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think it works better because with it being on Netflix, kids are gonna binge it more than if it's on TV once a week. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That type of thing could even be boiled down to mainstream media as a whole is starting to shift to things like Netflix and YouTube and being able to binge content rather than years and years ago with cable TV where you could only catch a show if it was on, Dude. It's fascinating stuff to me for some reason, It's kind of showing where the Pokemon series hasn't aged well because it's getting to that point. This franchise is over 20 years old, so of course the 90s probably wouldn't prioritize character development ever in comparison. Now, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's I don't know. I think the anime is going in a good direction though.
Yeah. So we disagree with your hot take, Matt Myth. Was that even?
No, it was the Michael Myth. Oh my God, Ryan, that was rough. That was rough.
I'm sorry.
This guy's about to sit in a Okay.
Oh, you ever look in a mirror and see yourself?
Oh, baby. Anyways, next hot
triple.
take. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. This is by Adam Jarvis. Thank you so much, Adam. He says, I like the legendary...
Adam jarring.
Stop.
That was dumb. That was so dumb.
really dumb.
That was so dumb.
He says, I like the legendary Genies, Tornadus, Thunderous, Landorus, and the Alola games, Sun and Moon. Okay, we can move on from that one.
Yeah,
Not
okay,
in a million years says...
Not even a hot take. That's just incorrect. Move on.
No, I mean, honestly, like, okay,
Yeah, the Genies are cool. Move on. Had me in the first half, coach.
The Genies... No, okay, here's what I'll say. Right?
Yeah. By the way, the ace is 43.
Ooh.
Of the 8th gym. And also, I just beat the 8th gym, so add a badge to the layout. And I'm going to make a save state. I'm not forgetting anymore. Look at me go, boys.
Are you going to make me... Should I timestamp that badge, or are you not doing timestamp?
I'll do a timestamp, Frank.
Okay, anytime. But no, so okay, the Genies, I don't really like the normal form Genies, but their Therian forms are really cool.
That's like when they're not like genies as much, and they're more like they're kind of like bipedal dogs or something.
Yeah, like they just look a lot cooler. See, I like the Genies in that regard. And then the Alola games, I liked the Alola games the first time around.
I can say some great things about Alola, and then they get overshadowed by the mistakes that they've made. You know?
I enjoyed, like, if you go back to my Moon playthrough, my blind Moon playthrough, I said multiple times throughout the LP that like I really liked it.
Dude, you were actually hardcore saying that Gen 7 was your favorite gen for a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah, well, because I liked the story, I liked the characters, and like that's something that I really like about Gen 5. So the fact that they did that again in Gen 7 was really cool. But it's just like it's only good the first time around. You play it again, and it's hell. It's straight hell. It's straight hell.
Literally, because there's just too much dialogue. There's too much interruptions. Like when you get to the first city, do you really need to be stopped to learn how to take a picture of Pikachu? That stuff just ruins the momentum. It doesn't feel like an adventure. It just feels like okay, here is another thing that pops up. You walk to this location, and then here's a thing that a new event happens, rather than like you stumble upon that event and you gotta sit in the situation that you're in.
It's like a tourist attraction.
Okay.
Rather than an adventure.
Yes, I actually agree. Like, okay. I can even say, and this might even actually be a hot take, and this might actually spark some debate in the comment, but I think that I like totem Pokemon better than gym leaders. I think.
I don't.
Why?
I don't know, man. Like, gym leaders always felt so much more personal. Like the trial captains, like they're cool, but they're also like you don't really feel like you're facing.
I'm not saying trial captains. Those guys are dumb. I'm saying totem Pokemon.
well, but like when you fight a totem Pokemon, it's like okay, I think, but then that's kind of what I'm going at. Is like I like facing an opponent I can name rather than
it feels like a boss battle rather than like.
Well, the totem Pokemon felt like boss battles. I just mean like I want to face a person. I want to go head to head with someone who is like you know what I mean? Because like I feel like when you're facing just like a buffed up Route 1 Pokemon, it's just like okay, it's a bigger Pokemon, like whatever.
Yeah. Like, dude, in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, when they make you go into the Ultra Wormhole and then you have to battle, like, the super hyped up, every single stat is raised by 2 Totemon, right? You know the moment in the game that I'm talking about, right?
Where you're actually fighting Lusamine, but yeah.
No. I'm not. I'm talking about Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. It's Ultra exclusive. It's not in Sun and Moon.
Are you talking about Ultra Necrozma?
I think. I played a randomizer, so I'm actually not sure. But there's one boss battle in the game at the climax of the story where you have to fight a super mega OP Totemon. All of his stats are raised by 2 stages, and that felt like probably the most difficult Pokemon battle that I think I've ever experienced. Cause it was just like oh god, this is buffed up. It's not just a trainer with some slightly higher levels, you know? That to me felt like an actual like gaming obstacle that I had to hop over, as opposed to I'm playing a kid's game and I need to just go through. And that's kind of what gym leaders feel like.
Yeah, I get that. But I think like difficulty aside, I think gym leaders are more personable Especially too, when in Gen 5, like, the gym leaders are a part of the story, so you see them a lot more, and then, like, when you get to finally face them after they've helped you take on, like, Team Plasma, you're like, oh, shit, dude.
Yeah, yo, they got better? Oh, no. Like, I can agree with that. All right, so let's compare Kanto and Galar real quick. Like,
oh, God.
Straight up 0 to 100. Okay, what is it about those gym leaders that makes them feel like they're important boss battles and it's like a big deal when you beat them? Because honestly, Erica, you just walk into Celadon, you battle her, you leave. It's like, they don't hype it up as a boss battle. They don't hype it up as like a huge roadblock or a big obstacle or anything. It doesn't feel special. It really is just another trainer, you know, if you just look at it objectively. But look at Galar, where they hype up the gym challenge like it's a sporting event. Everybody in the region is talking about it. It's like there's the group of 10-year-olds and they're all taking it on this season, and it feels like something bigger. The gym leaders like actually talk to you multiple times throughout the game. Like I remember in Motostoke, after you beat the first 3 gyms, they have this whole, you just beat the easy gyms, but your adventure is going to get more difficult. Go out into the wild area and good luck, you know, and it actually feels like something bigger than Kanto. Like, I don't know, what significance in the slightest did Sabrina have to the story?
No, none at all. Yeah, I think Gen 8 did a good job of that, because they made it to where it's like it just feels important, especially like with the stadium, you know, aesthetic. It's like, it just feels like you're actually about to take on a challenge.
Exactly. Like Gen 8 straight up like did the gym challenge the best, in my opinion. Gen 5 did it really dang well too, though, because when the climax of the plasma stuff happened and you see all of the gym leaders like, you know, meet up with you and they all fight all of the dudes with the pointy hats. You know the moment that I'm talking about.
Pointy hats, yeah.
Yeah, the pointy hat elf-looking dudes. Like the guys who probably look like they should be at freaking Comic-Con right now. Like, those guys.
No, I think it's like, if they combined, if they did Gen 8's gyms, but with Gen 5's like integration with the story, I think that'd be perfect, honestly.
Along with Gen 7 like buffed stat totem mons, which I love. That feels like a challenge rather than another trainer. It feels like it's something unique that stands out, and I like that a lot. Which I guess actually, now that I'm saying it out loud, to be fair,
Gen 8 kind of did that with
Dynamax
and Gigantamax especially.
Yes,
because the gym leaders are typically the only people who had Gigantamax, you know?
Yeah. All right, you can, you know, say a lot of things about Gen 8 and how, oh man, only Pokemon fans like them, and we kind of more or less broke down why that kind of is the case in the last episode on Frank's channel. But you kind of can't deny that they did further the games in certain aspects as well, right?
Yeah, no, they added a lot of quality of life improvements. Just like a lot of the stuff with like EV training and like the candies and like.
In Gen 8, didn't they add in the whole feature of like QR codes in order to get mons for competitive battling, so that way you don't have to breed and get good nature?
No. Yeah, rental teams are really cool. Like they did a lot, man. Like there's a lot of good stuff in Gen 8. You see, I think the biggest thing is like every time Pokemon, just like as a whole with the games, every time they take like 4 steps forward, they always take 10 steps back. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's like, geez Louise, man. Like they've done so many good things throughout the years, but it's like there's always a downside. There's always a downside.
Yeah. All right. So, like, kind of going back and full circling this and talking about like YouTube hot takes that you brought up at the beginning of the episode. That's what YouTube does a little bit, where like they don't necessarily fix a problem. They overfix a problem, and it creates a couple new ones along the way. You know, like the whole demonetization thing when you know, the adpocalypse happened, and then everybody got yellow dollar signs all over their analytics, because they made it too strict. I remember your channel for a minute was getting hit with yellow check marks all over the place. Yeah, you know? Yeah.
It was
just for swearing, honestly.
Yeah, it's a bit of a yikes. It's gotten a lot better though, at least in that regard.
Exactly. But I think Galar's better than Alola for that reason, you know? I think that they took more steps backward in Gen 8 than Gen 7 took steps back, right?
More steps forward than, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I can't think of a member off the top of my head because I didn't pull up my member list for today's episode. Thank you. That's actually really good. I think I named Amon after Labag at one point. Actually,
I think
you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do Arden, because I've been meaning to nickname Amon after him forever and ever and ever. He's been dropping literally $2 super chats in every stream that I've been doing lately, and he'll just hit us with the signature $2 Arden hello. He does it every stream, bro.
Aww.
I swear.
Yeah, shout out to Arden. Shout out to Arden. Yo, I cannot believe. Can we talk about this for a sec? This is the first time in Gen Race since the very beginning that you are ahead of me.
Don't get used to it. Team Pineapple always finds a way.
No, but like before you were catching up, but this time you actually have a lead on me. You have a badge lead on me right now.
Frank, I'm in Victory Road. We all know how I do in a hoe in Victory Road. I'm just gonna tell it out. I'm so happy that this is the last episode of our recording session and we only have like 5 minutes left, because I can learn how to get through Victory Road in between episodes. I know the comments are like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
The lead, he's gonna lose it.
He was finally in the lead, and oh no, another Victory Road is happening, oh no.
What poor timing at the end of the game. Dude, and everything.
The Core 4 Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald 4-way versus, bro. I spent 3 episodes in Victory Road. Like, God. I don't think I've ever seen more hate comments in a time frame, and that includes Gen Race, because y'all got pissed at my performance, and for good reasons, to be fair.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's
Yikes.
Oh, baby.
Man. Hit me with another take. I'm really enjoying just talking about this. I'm not even gonna lie.
Okay, this one's interesting. So the Jobobber says, the slow speed of Diamond and Pearl make those games even better. No.
What? No.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
They are so, dude, they are too slow. It lags, dude. It drops frames.
It does. Yo, you ever try to earthquake a Chansey?
Oh like, my God, you're gonna be there for years. Like, it's just, yeah, I can't stand that.
If you're gonna do Sinnoh, you gotta do Platinum. You just have to. Like, Sinnoh is still great games in the grand scheme of the franchise, but you gotta do Platinum. There's just no reason to do Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, you either have to do Platinum or you have to do a randomizer with speed up. Like,
yes. And Gen Race very soon, actually, we're about to have to play through Diamond and Pearl without speed up, bro.
At least it's randomized. At least it's randomized.
All right. 50% success rate. We take those. All right, it's better. It's better.
We can do it.
I might get a fire type that's not Monferno or Rapidash, and I'm okay with that.
Possibly, maybe.
Possibly.
Oh, baby. All right, I hope he doesn't get a crit here.
No, for real. What was the Elite Four member in Sinnoh? The fire type dude, Flint? Didn't he literally have a freaking Infernape and that's it? Like,
bro, they gave him what, like 2 Rapidashes? they gave him like, okay. It's one thing to have not a lot of fire types, but why would you make a fire type Elite Four member in a region with no fire types? That makes no sense.
Game Freak, come on, you did not think that one through.
That is so dumb.
Why the hell does a fire type Elite Four member have a Rhyperior? Why?
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. He's chilling with like his half rock type team. It's like, shut up, dude. Like, shut up.
Dude, how the hell did you make it to the Elite Four in the first place, bro? God.
Oh my God.
Anyways, I'm getting hydro-pamped.
Hydro-pamped?
Yeah, this Mudkip just hydro-pumped me, silly daddy. What's the next hot take, bro?
Hot take? All right, this one kind of bumps off of Jabobbers. He says, or let's see. Jeremy says, when do you think the Diamond and Pearl remake is coming out? If I had to be optimistic, I would maybe say next year. But considering the state of the world, I would say 2 years might be a safe bet.
Yeah, the Backstreet Boys reunion tour might have something to say about that. But I think that if there's any chance for a Gen 4 remake, I mean, now that we're on the Switch, it's more likely than ever. Because, I mean, did they need to do a Gen 4 remake on the 3DS for Gen 7? Because I don't think that they needed to.
No.
The Distortion World on an HD TV is going to look beautiful when they do that one day, you know?
Yeah. No, I think they will. I think they will do the Gen 4 remakes. Probably.
If it's not Gen 8, it's gonna be Gen 9. Like, I feel like that's at least guaranteed. But Gen 8 would be dope.
I think Gen 4 would make. Oh my God. Yo, this Togetic needs to stop. But I think Gen 4 makes the most sense if they did remakes, because it would obviously give them a gap game, right?
Yeah.
While they're working on Gen 9, and then also, I mean, I think it would I think it would just work because it's like,
yeah, it would work way better than it would have in Gen 7, which is when people wanted it. Like, there's a reason why there weren't Hoenn remakes in Gen 5, because, I mean, first of all, they already had remakes with HeartGold Soul Silver on the DS, so it's kind of like, why would you do that again? So Oris was on the 3DS. Why would they have another remake on the 3DS when the Switch was on the horizon? I just see it realistically being more possible now that we're on a new console in general, right?
Yeah, I think too. It's like I don't know. It's like too. I think another thing to point out is like, okay, Fire Leaf Green was on what, the Game Boy Advance.
Yep.
And then you had HeartGold Soul Silver on the DS, and then you had Oris on the 3DS. I mean, it makes sense to have the next remake on another new console, because, like, you know, because then the graphical improvements are the most prevalent too. So
yeah, because the community really wanting Hoenn remakes was like the biggest meme in the Pokemon community for years and years and years, because it felt like they just skipped it in Gen 5. But it kind of makes sense if you think about it that way.
Yeah, it's like,
why would Game Freak put out remakes twice on one console?
Yeah, because like especially because like Gen 3 came out, like Gen 3 was only a console generation behind. So it's like the graphical improvements wouldn't have been as drastic if they waited for the 3DS, you know?
Exactly, you know? And as we keep progressing in the Pokemon franchise, you gotta keep in mind that the graphic department also progresses. So what, after they do Sinnoh remakes, are we gonna be wanting black and white remakes? Those games have cutscenes and 3D models and are, I mean, they're not bad looking games. Black and white hold up in 2020. So it's like, at what point is remakes gonna like get that cutoff? You know, I don't think Sinnoh needs to be that point, but it is gonna. The line is gonna have to get drawn in the sand at some point. Or what? In 2030, are we gonna be looking for Sword and Shield remakes? Do Sword and Shield ever need to be remade? Those games are already in HD, right?
Yeah, I mean, unless technology like takes a massive leap forward. Like I feel like, because I mean, we've kind of like, for the most part, right? We've been at HD gaming for I mean literally years and years, right?
More or less a decade now, right? Because Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, Wii would have been the first time that HD TVs were like getting in households. I know the Wii wasn't an HD console, but the Xbox and PlayStation definitely was, and Galaxy was.
Yeah, so it's like you know, we like HD has been around for a very long time now. And it's like, at this point, like, the reason why we've gotten graphical improvements every single time with Pokemon is because Pokemon is catching up.
Yes.
Pokemon is not, like, on the forefront of technology. Like, it's not like Halo, where they've always been at the forefront of it. Like, Pokemon is just getting caught up. So it's like, once they're at HD, it's like, well, like, what they are with the Switch, I mean, obviously the graphics aren't perfect, but it's like, yeah, we're like, technologically wise, now that they're here with the Switch, it's like how much further are they gonna really want to go, and like when is a remake necessary?
Exactly. Like, remakes are 1000% warranted for Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3 even. Gen 4, I feel like, is when like the question is probably in people's head of, does it need to be remade? I mean, the distortion world freaks around with camera angles and all sorts of things a little bit, you know? It's kind of, I still think Gen 4 remakes should happen, but at some point, I think that there is going to be a cutoff. Otherwise, we're going to get to a point with remakes where, oh man, that's really cool that Chairman Rose has a couple more arm hairs on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think, assuming like technology stays relatively the same, I could honestly see them like maybe even making like a collection pack where it's like it's an HD version of like basically all Pokemon, like kind of what they did with Mario, where they take every single generation of Pokemon and they have it available on the Switch in HD. I think that'd be a really good. I mean, it might be a lot of games. Like how they would price that out would be really weird, but
yeah, that would be a weird one. That also hits the topic of, should there be a Pokemon game with every generation in it, or every region in it? Which I think that there should be, but I don't think that it should be like the same way. Like the formatting shouldn't be the same way as normal Pokemon games. I think that it should be a game based on every single region and all of the evil teams come together to try to dominate the world or something. But it should be almost like set up like a Lolo where you travel between all of them and that's your adventure, rather than it's an adventure on one region, then you go to the next, then the next, then, you know, because that would be too much.
Yeah. I think it's like if they were to get to the point though, in the future, like I think if they were to like end off the whole remake cycle, They literally should just put every Pokemon game in HD on the Switch. That way, it's like every generation's available, and then it's just like there's no after that there would be no more need for a remake because they are caught up to the forefront of technology, and it's like they're probably not going to go past that for a long time, you know.
Absolutely. All right, so you want to say one more hot take, and then we'll call it an episode?
Yeah. Oh, this thing's biting. Ooh, please die. Boy. Anyways, okay, let's see. I'm gonna scroll and find one that I actually like really vibe with.
I mean, they're hot takes, so I don't think we're supposed to like a lot of them, to be honest.
Okay, this is a good one to wrap up on. JMT says, hot take. I don't know if I can hit the timestamp button. I'm gonna hit it again. There is not a bad generation of Pokemon. They're all good in their own way. I don't think that's a hot take. I think honestly, yeah.
They all have like pros to them and cons to them. I think that actually goes back to what we said a few minutes ago of like, yeah, every generation does something to take 3 steps forward and then 7 backward.
Yeah, it's like I think the most interesting thing about the Pokemon community too is that like there's no definitive best game.
Yeah.
Like there is no fan favorite. I mean, people, I guess you could argue Gen 4, but here I am hating Gen 4. It's just like there's no definitive best Pokemon game. Like literally, there is not a fan favorite Pokemon game. Like everybody has a different favorite Pokemon game, and that's just crazy to me.
I don't even think that's crazy. I just feel like that's awesome. Like, to be totally honest, because I mean, it'd kind of suck if there was that one game in the community that everybody disliked. I can't think off the top of my head of another gaming community that has that one hated game. And there are communities like that. I'm just not a part of them because I'm like, very invested in Pokemon. But
yeah, it's kind of like okay, comparing this to like the Zelda franchise. There is not a Skyward Sword of Pokemon.
Yeah,
there is not a single collective most hated game in the fandom. There's just not. Like even I mean like you could look at Gen 1's outdated and stuff, but like dude, people love Gen 1. Or like if you could look at like Gen 7 in our community, but if you go outside our community, like people like Gen 1 or 7. People like Gen 7.
Exactly, you know? It's just so dang fascinating that there isn't that Skyward Sword. Or like, isn't Zelda 2 another thing in the Zelda franchise where it's like, oh God, why did they try platforming? Stop it, Nintendo. Bad game.
Bad.
Or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know either. Or it's like, I don't know. Well, I would say Mario, but all of Mario's games are good.
If I could think of a bad Mario game, I guess it'd be like Mario 2. Isn't that the game where like you have to pull up the turnips?
Oh, well, I was thinking like the 3D Marios, but.
Oh.
Well, I guess
objectively, people don't dislike Super Mario 3D Land and 3D World, but if there was like a least popular game, it would definitely be those.
It'd probably be those, yeah.
And that almost falls on the marketing, I feel like, because they hyped it up like it was going to be a new 3D Mario game, and then it was like a 2.5D Mario game where it wasn't quite a platformer, but it's definitely not Odyssey or Galaxy, you know?
Yeah.
Well,
thank you all so much for watching.
I want to keep recording. I'm upset that I have to stream in 5 minutes, actually. Like, I like talking about this stuff. It's weird because me and Frank are normally the people in the community to be making the constant dick jokes, and I mean, that is just us in general.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, hearing your guys' opinions on things and then just discuss it, it's just fun for me. I don't know.
Yeah, let us know what you guys thought of these past 2 episodes. It's been really nice, just like kind of like having more like civil discussions, you know?
It's been a change of pace that I don't think me and Frank have ever really like tried with content creation before, you know? So give us, give us hot takes about this at recording session, today's episode and the last episode on Frank's channel. Let us know if you have YouTube hot takes that you want us to talk about. Me and Frank still want to start bringing guests on the Gen Race, and maybe we could even, have discussions for that person specifically. Like if we have Vinny on an episode of Gen Race, you could leave a comment of a question specifically. Hey, Vinny, why the hell can't you PB more than once a month? I don't think it's actually once a month, but still,
no,
you know what I mean?
He PB'd recently, I think. But yeah, no, we could definitely start doing stuff like that if you guys enjoy this sort of thing. But we love you all so much. Hit the like button down below, comment and subscribe. And we hope you guys all have an amazing day. Well, actually, we'll be back tomorrow with another episode. We're getting back on the normal schedule now, so
Yeah.
See you guys
so
then.
next episode on Frank's channel tomorrow. Thanks also, by the way, for honestly giving us like the
questions.
How the hell do I word this?
Or the hot
How the hell do I
takes.
word this? Yeah, thank you for giving us the freedom with, you know, what we do with content creation to be able to experiment with other things like this. Does that make sense? I couldn't know how to word it perfectly.
You're a soaring eagle. You're a soaring eagle. But
shut the hell up. You are a squawking chicken. We'll catch you all in the next episode on Monday. Frank just gave me a thumbnail face, and we'll see you then. Love y'all, and peace.
Bye, Patrick.